All right, everybody, welcome. We are back with 2.3, possibly coming in the next couple of hours, or a lot of hours, really just depends. What we're going to try to do, let me get this down a little bit. What we want to try to do is go over some of the things in photo mode. I want to look at every possible option and just open up the menus and go over what is currently in 2.2. So when 2.3 launches, I can jump in there because photo mode is my biggest desire for 2.3 to spend the most time with, and I want to get back into making some of those fashion videos that I did when Cyberpunk 2077 originally released. I think I made some 26 episodes of sort of the Night City fashion and what the citizens were wearing and how well the procedural generation of the NPCs for Night City was. So I'm going to jump into that. If I have some audio issues, I'm still learning OBS Studio, so I apologize for any of the hiccups that happened during the stream. Again, the focus is going to be me looking at the photo mode, currently what it is at 2.2, and then when 2.3 launches sometime today, we're going to be going back into stream. Another stream I'm going to be doing today is Nintendo's Donkey Kong Bonanza, so once the GameStop, my local area, opens up, we will go pick it up, bring it back, and stream some of that as well today. But I want to get something just to add to the archive and review the differences. So let me get that set up, and we'll be right back with the game. All right, so photo mode and messing around with that is going to be I want to see what we can manage here. What I normally do is I'll come into this photo mode and I'll immediately go into disabling the autofocus in the depth of field. I'll go back in, change my field of view where I need to. But what I'd really like to mess around with is the stickers. I've been making these right here, the Start Soon screen, Be Right Back screen, End Stream, and I'll show those here. I think I'm going to come off of studio mode and then just transition between those live. So our Start Soon, our Be Right Back, and the End Stream. All three of these are what I have created just using the photo mode for Cyberpunk 2077, within Cyberpunk 2077. And there's a good number of these. You might see this here, the Start Soon. If you look at that teeth, that is this particular mouthpiece right here. And again, what I normally would do would be to go over and change some of the saturation for the lighting. Let's see here, exposure, highlights, chromatic grain effect. So I'd go over here to like 15, right? You'd still get some of this this background information, but it's fully saturated out. So if you go to Start Soon, you can see in that upper left corner there, there's still that background of the scene that was there. Same thing with Be Right Back. You can kind of see there where's the moss. The where's, it's pretty much where's the Mox or where's Johnny. You can see the plus signs. I've just kind of pulled that out of there and it says where's the moss. But it's pretty much just a bunch of stickers overlaid properly to make some words. So if we go over here to the stickers and we wanted to add another one, we can see all these different ones. What I'd like to see them have done would be them naming each one of these so we know what they particularly are called, so you can call them out. But let's see, we've got lines of 5, so we'll say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So 280. So let's get our notebook wherever I may have put that. I throw my notebook around in the dumbest places, and then when I need it, I don't have access to it. I've got so many different notebooks, and now it's out of reach. What would I have done with that? Alright, we'll just take a random sheet of paper. Or I could just do this digitally, but it's not quite kind of what I do. Don't use digital all that much. Alright. So 200, what did I say, 280? I've already forgotten the number. That's what happens when I don't have my notebook right near me. Short-term memory loss. Alright, so we're going to have to go back and count it through because I'm an idiot. Alright, so let's go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Did I just skip over? Man, I'm mucking this up, y'all. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. All right, so 85 minus 2 because we had those blank spots in there. So 283. 283 stickers. So when we get 2.3, we'll go back in there and see which ones are new. Now, because I have this essentially in front of me, I should be able to see which ones are different. If I just kind of slow this down, I can get a pretty good scan for reference and continuity to see which ones are new. Now, what would be nice, like I said, would be is each one of these were named. And if I could get them named, I don't think they're named anywhere other than just knowing what they are, like AG, Samurai, WNS News. What I'd also like to see is if we can put words in there, like this one right here. You fell over the edge, punk. Now, I could zoom this in. I wish I could make it a little bit bigger. But that's about as big as you can get. Now, if I wanted to change, like if all I wanted to say was you, I'd have to cover up everything with other stickers in order to say specific words. Now, what I'd like to see is whether is us being able to put our own words in there. But again, it's kind of fun to play around with what's available and then just do a bunch of overlays. like try to find the word. Like what would I want to put in here? Let's see if we can make one that's called standby. So let's back out here. Open up photo mode again. We'll disable that. Don't need NPCs. We will go to the effect. I usually go to one of these. I want it to be mostly completely saturated. And if that's not enough, then change contrast, change exposure. You can really bring out some of these details, or completely remove a lot of them. Like if I just wanted to have a white background like that. Then we go into stickers. So stickers is again where the meat of it is. So if I wanted to make something that said standby, what could I put in here? So I'm looking for obviously the letters. Obviously I want a big S. So if we could get this S here. All right, and then the next would be the A or the T. What would be even better is if you could get a STAN or a TAN, or a BA, BY. Let's see here. See right there is a bang. B, maybe the bang. So we can make this here. So if we get a D somewhere, so we put that one in. Bang, let's move over. Let's bring back, and also see how I've got loss, the LOS there. You can also use world letters to make it as well. Just if you need to bring it in your entire background, that might mess up your overall look that you're going for. We're just looking for big S's. Big OS's. Now you may have to move around some of these to make sure that they're overlaying properly. But I think because this right here, so I've got S here. So what I'd want is just a T, and I could get the STAN. I'd have to cover up the G. So let's put that one there for now. Let's see if we can get a nice T. And I think what might work is that T out of this thing right here. But what I'd want is this to be on top of the, I'd also need it to be much, much bigger. So I don't think that's the one I want. You could also take things that aren't necessarily supposed to be a T. So that rat is close. It's close. But you can also take things that aren't meant to be T's, like this right here. And say we did that right there. So because we need this to be on top of bang, we'd want to put bang on top of summit. So we'd need this to be on top of bang. So let's change this one to that we just found. Let's go back up. Let's put that one there. And we can resize that one. Now go over here, and we're going to put that summit that we found back over here. All right, so we bring this up here. And then, so bang needs to be, no, I'm not liking this one anymore. So I think we want to see if we can get an ST. Are there any STs? Got the T in trauma team. Could we flip the WNS? No. The ST in 6th Street. How big is that image though? Yeah, we would need ST. We'll put that over there for maybe future use. Animals. This one's kind of a challenge for standby, ain't it? We're gonna make it work though. There's it. TAN. See, like that right there would be close. That might be close. All right, yeah, let's put that one in the place. Let's use there. Let's put, now we need a D right there. Let's see, we can move this over. Yeah, but see the white is not working. The background white is not working. So we're gonna have to bring this. I think yellow is always really, really good for these overlays, just because it fits within the cyberpunk kind of aesthetic. But we don't want to have too many whites, so we're gonna get rid of blue's kind of nice. Darker colors are good too. Purple. Yeah, let's stick with yellow. But what we need to fix is this guy right here. We need a brighter S. I've used the ST and street quite a lot. But what we really need right now is a D. A good letter D. NCPD. So if we put this one right here, sized it down a little bit. I wish what would be perfect though is if this was a D. Like, can we make that a D? It'd be nice if this right here was over the top. Okay, it's not the D we're looking for. Ooh. Bam. Done. The D in Delamain works perfect. Okay, we'll have to cover up the Delamain with something, but we'll go with that one. Now, let's mess with the bad trip. The bad trip might be our BY, but I don't like it. We still need a better S. Let's see if Mizutani can be scaled a little bit. No, I don't think I want to scale it. We'll keep that one. Delamain, bad trip, I don't think I can use. So let's find a better BY. Ooh, you know what? That dead looks good too. And it's already got the by, or the B. Yeah, maybe. We got another D in censored. We just need a Y. Let's mess with this dead. Let's see what this one is. Nah, I still like the Delamain. Yeah, I still like the Delamain. All right. I know there's a Y in Cyberpunk, but I don't think I want to use that. Never Fade Away would be a good use of the Y. Johnny even. A Y in Night City would be best. But I don't think I'm going to get a good Night City. We need a better S as well. But we need it to end in S. WNS. But we need it to be kind of off on its own. Like animals. Yeah, but with a yellow background, that's probably not going to be good. Let's see what Warriors is like. Can't make it any bigger. We'd have to do it right about there and then also take out. Yeah, let's find a different one. We need a nice bright S. Valentino's. Kind of an S by itself. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get it out of this particular set. This is what I'm looking forward to. Any massive increase in what we're being given for stickers in 2.3. Yeah, I really need maybe the no regrets. Just depends on how big the. Yeah, I need it to be bigger. It's not a bad one though. You got a lot of stuff that we could use for covering up. We just need more letters. Don't necessarily, yeah. We kind of need it to cover up the STAN. But we could also replace Mizutani with something completely different as well. Sweat and Blood. You know, what if we took this and just turned it upside down? Just put like that. Still looks like an S, right? So what we need to make sure of is that this one, we need to make this one Mizutani and this one Summit. So let's make this one our Summit. And then this one our Mizutani. Just make sure I don't move past it. And it's been a while since I've made these, so I apologize for me kind of meandering a little bit. And I think the more I get into making these, it will click a little bit better. Okay, so we want that there. Bam, on Delamain. We're about as big as we're going to get. I know I'm taking out some of the Delamain's like art there, but that's what you gotta do. Okay, so right there is good. Now go back over here. We're going to turn this upside down. All right, so we have the STAN, stand. We'll get rid of the Delamain with something, but let's move over here to a new one. So we've gotten the word stand just with 3. Now, this could be other things that you could use, different objects, but I would say if you've made one word with 3, that's pretty good. So we might be able to get the by with these two and then have 5 here to cover up what we don't want to see. I mean, your eye would probably catch the standby anyway, but I need to get rid of, especially with Samurai being, the rest of Samurai being, or the Amurai being covered up by what looks like scribble because you're not really reading upside down. And I don't really mind the Mizutani symbol up there at the top. That's not bad at all. And I think the white background is pretty good. We may need to move everything over slightly to get the standby. So let's take this and slide it. Whoops. Keep that one. Let me slide this over a little bit. Over here. Slide over a little bit. Don't commit ever to too much too quickly. Just get a rough draft. Find out what works for you. You might need to move the stand or the S a little bit. You know, give yourself room for the by. Okay, let's work on finding the B. I wish I could just get, like, bad trip is a pretty good one. It's just too much else there I'm going to have to cover up. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you get lucky. Like, also look for things that are not just letters. Repurpose things as much as you can. So if you find something that's even better, like I'm liking this B in blam, because the blam kind of can get pulled off. So you take this, and I might even use this one and put it in front of Mizutani, or sorry, in front of Delamain, so that it already starts working on taking off some of the Delamain already. So we're going to come over here, or we're going to make this blam. If I could ever just remember what number these are. Yeah, I think that's what they need. They need a numbering system for each of the pieces. So you can say, hey, go look at number this in update 2.3, or look at, like, this one right here is like Thornton, easy. But some of these I just don't know what they are. So what was I going to make this one? I need to make it blam. Sorry, getting distracted. Right here. All right. So we're making blam. And then we're going to make this one the Delamain. Right there. Okay. So we're going to have to bring these back in a little bit. Downsize it. Not too much. We'll adjust these. Go back over to blam and bring that up. So see how we've already got our B? Now the Y is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but see how the L in blam is kind of already the left side of Y? So if we can get something that's similar to that, we'll be good. And we might even need to move everything over a bit to the left. Okay. All right, so now let's look for our other side of the Y. Now remember, repurpose, repurpose, repurpose. So if I could take this and put this up here, and this could become the other side of Y, that would be great. But we're going to probably have to find something different. Like, some of my favorites are maybe taking this. If this could size up, because that's already kind of a Y right there. If I could make this bigger, that would be great. So that's something I'm actually going to throw in there. Labels for stickers. And better size manipulation. All right. So we're going to have to find something else. Like, this isn't bad. Like, you could almost get a Y out of there, right? It's a little too small for me though. But we're gonna put it in front of blam. You almost have to work left to right, right to left, move things around. See, like, this one here is gonna have to be in front of blam. but I just don't think that it's big enough to make a Y. So we're going to try something different. Let's see here. And again, look at every word. Like there's a little bit of a Y shape in that fuck off, but it's not enough. There's actually a Y and you die. But we can't make it bigger. And again, move things around. Maybe you'll see a Y pop in. And also as you're doing that, it's like, well, I might not be able to use it for a Y, but I might be able to use it to cover up the dilemma that I need to get rid of. I mean, but we're getting there. Like even the rat is almost a Y. Almost a Y. You see, like this, kind of almost a Y. But we're just not there. And it takes a couple of tries to find out what works. It's taken longer than I wanted to, so I apologize. This is kind of getting into a Y here, but we're not quite there though. Never fade away. I don't think we're going to get that. We just need something that begins in Y. But I don't think we have any. A V? Ooh. Nope, I can't make that any bigger. Like we're close there. Like you could put this as the top part of the Y, the V top part of a Y, and then put something else that's kind of a straight white, and that would be your Y. Just cover up as much of this L as you can, and then that A, M, and blam would be easy to take out. Like even this right here. Close, but no cigar. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be good. Well, let's try that. Okay, so we're going to go. It just looks like stand BV though, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not liking it. Not liking it. Yeah, it's just too much of V. Again, even though I don't think it's in there, like that is almost perfect. Oh, can I make that right there? All right, let's try that. I like that. I like that right there. You can see the Y in there, can't you? Or even that one right there. It's kind of there. It's just, I think it's going to cover up too much. But you never know until you try it. So let's make this. Okay, blam, Delamain, and then, okay, so this guy, and then blam, and then Delamain. Blam and then Delamain. Blam, then Delamain. Alright, so we'll mess around with these a little bit. Bam, bam, bam. Blam, blam, blam. Blam, blam, blam. It might be because it's too red, maybe. Yeah, see how we're cutting off the... Well, actually, hold on. We might be getting somewhere here. Okay. I think we're pretty darn close. Okay. I wish I could... I'm going to show hide this. All right. So you can see we're getting somewhere here, right? So we've got the S, the TAND, and the B, and then the Y. We're going to have to take out a little bit of the in-between for B and the Y, but we're getting there. What I do need to do is shift it all over to the left. But I think the overlays are where they need to be. So we're going to slide this over. Again, I wish I could make this bigger. Put that there. Put that there. Slide over the stand. And sometimes you want to make these letters pretty big. So you don't want to like bring the Delamain down too much. You might even make it big so it stands out, but there will be tweaking. It's always tweaking. It's always tweaking to make it just a little bit better. And I might want like the lines that are in the D of Delamain to line up with the Mizutani I, so that it just blends and the I doesn't quite find your errors. If I could just get that over there a little bit. And again, once I get all this done, I will do a quick screen capture. I'll get rid of this and then just do a PlayStation 5 screen grab and then upload that to the PlayStation Network and then pull it off and put it on my computer and then upload it so that we can make it. Like, I feel even like it really have to be, so I want to go over here as well. And let's hold the save settings. All right, so we have this saved, but I don't know if we're allowed to like save them for a long period of time. All right, so Blam can come over. Bring that up a little bit. And then we can bring this one over. Okay, so I think that's pretty darn good, honestly. So now we're going to use these to cover stuff up. But again, these need to be, the cover up ones are probably going to need to be, so this one right here needs to be, let's see here. So this one's got to be Summit. Let's get this. We're going to have to essentially, now that we've got our word, we're going to take all of that and move it down. So Summit, move over here, Mizutani. Mizutani. And then I forget what this one is. Is that like Trauma Team? I forget what that symbol is. All right, then Blam. How long has this taken us? We're almost 40 minutes in. And again, as I get more refreshed on making these, it's been a while since I've made those standby, be right back, or sorry, the be right back, starting soon, and stream ending. It's been a while. All right. That was the Blam one, right? All right, and then Delamain. Delamain, where are you? Okay, so now we can take this Delamain and essentially just size it up basically with where the other ones are at, because we're going to remove everything on the top and use those spaces for cover up. Okay, that's pretty darn close. All right, move over Blam. All right, just again, get it close and with whatever size that you feel comfortable with that gets you where you were. You can resize all this stuff and fine tune it. Latas. Mizutani, I think, was at max size. And then Summit was turned upside down. All right. Okay, so this is where we're at. Not so bad. You can see the standby. If you don't see the standby, you probably will a little bit more later. Okay, so go back in here. And the biggest thing I would recommend is very carefully make your inputs, because if you hit the back button or the exit button, all of this work will be for naught. So what I'm going to do is save these settings. However it works for you. Then I'm going to take a screenshot here. So now I have a screenshot saved. I can go back and reference and remember what it is that I did. Saving is important for anything. Okay, so let's go back in here. Let's go back into stickers. All right, so everything over here is good. Now all of these, you could do one of two things. You could go up here and just delete them, or you can start finding the things that you need for covering up. And what I'm looking for is stuff like this. I can put that right there, and now you see the image of the mocks, but your eye is going to catch the BY. Okay. This guy, we can, okay, let's find something we can use to cover up a little bit of that samurai. And what we don't want is a lot of words, but we could put this one here, and doesn't need to be super important, but you might want to see that skull there. But again, we're gonna read just the standby, right? So again, mess around with it. Let's do the blam. All right, let's find something for the Delamain cover up. And we could go over here with this. I've liked using these before to kind of underline, but it might be a little too strong. This is covering up too much of my B. It's covering up too much of my B. I'm a B. Ooh, this is actually a good one. Doesn't cover up as much of the B. Oh, you know what? Let's actually, we don't need that one, do we? No, that one's the one that goes behind. Sorry, we need to take the one on the top. Yeah, that part of the B is already covered up. What else do we need to cover up? Maybe the Mizutani up at the top, but it's not so bad. I think we just need to scribble over it a little bit. So we're gonna use something to kind of break up whatever it is that you're seeing there. That might be too much. Might be too much. Again, what you put in there is up to you. Yeah, see how it's just a little too much weighted over there, and I'm not liking it. But you could also use, again, play around. Like that might be like just like actually that's not too bad. Standby. It's not bad. It's not horrible. But you could have her there, or maybe her over here. Like her there, and then so that one, and this nonsense we could have here. But now we've got Now we've got the issue of, unfortunately, the A is kind of ruining it. That actually would have been perfect to have that particular one. Some masking options to mask out parts of each sticker. Like that would have been great. I'm wondering if we have another thing that shows some yelling. Okay, so I'm going to put masking parts of sticker. And then I also want to kind of put in something that, what was I thinking? Maybe a quick move, yeah. A quick move of stickers. Okay, so fortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to use that particular one. Maybe this guy. Yeah, he's just not big enough. And he's not the right color. It's just not the right color. Some of these come in like at a really, really good size when they first pop in. I'm trying my best not to hit the back button. Actually, this one might be good. Yeah, we'll mess around with that one. All right, so this one can go right here. We can size that one up. Mess with that a little bit. Okay. All right, what we want to probably finish it out is everything over here to the bottom right. And if we can get rid of a lot of it to where maybe he could be the one yelling, which is actually not too bad. It's a big contrast difference from the Y. I think maybe I'll take off Lucy. I think she's a little bit too distracting. And maybe the pink skull for the mocks, change that up. And I mean, maybe just change it to that. I need contrast is what I need. I need differences. Yeah, I think as much as I love Lucy, I think she's just a little too distracting. So is the numbers. Again, I just want nope. We're getting there. And I might even change that yellow part that's covering up Delamaw. These are usually good. Yeah, these right here are usually pretty darn good. But I think because I already have a Maelstrom over there, I don't think I necessarily want to take away from that Maelstrom in the bottom right corner. So let's, like, these are good. Like I like to use these particular dark black. It really kind of helps. That's not bad, but I think it's just a little too. I think it's a little too distracting. It's hard to see the S. I'd say it's hard to see the S. No future, I think, would also be too distracting. But we're certainly getting there. Maybe. Maybe. But again, beautiful artwork. Just a little too. Yeah, this might be okay. We're getting somewhere there. But again, I don't want to take away from the S, because the S doesn't have a lot going on there. That might be maybe. Yeah. I kind of like that. So now this seems too distracting. It is an exclamation point, and I like that particular piece. Fuck, stand by. I kind of like that, but I think it's too much wording. How about this one? What is this? Again, we don't necessarily have to make things readable for what they're originally used for, but just playing around is the fun part. I've used this a couple of times as well, because your eye isn't necessarily trying to read what's behind the plus, the TTTs, or these. I imagine that they're not crucifixes, but they're crosses. Maybe like a cemetery. I've used this one a couple of times, maybe too many times to where I need to. And also, don't feel like super afraid to use the same thing twice. Yeah, that might be an okay one. Actually, that might be an okay one. And then instead of this guy, we can get something to make that particular samurai dude like even just that maybe this is too much. It's fun to be silly. Can't even do this right here. Yeah. having him here would actually be kind of funny, I think. Okay. Maybe even have him somewhere here. Yeah. I kind of like where that one's going. I think the only thing I want to change here is this guy. And I think I would like a little bit standby aldecados. Like he's like sneaking under there. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think the tiger though might be taken a little bit away. Let's try to find something that's maybe a little more subdued. Or that. And when I say subdued, I mean doesn't have too many writing, too much lettering in there. Okay. That's what I've got currently for standby. I think the Mizutani, that emblem up there might be a little bit too distracting. but it's not bad. It's it's not a bad start, you know. I think I may change this one. I could probably bring back in Lucy. I could also put this here. Now that S pops a little bit more. Oh, you know what would be good though? Is if I took, okay, let's make this Roach. And then let's make this one those lips. All right, so this one will go here. And then Roach. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. It's currently what it is. And I would say that the majority of people could probably read the standby. The only thing that I'm seeing here is the lips and Roach I'm not quite liking. All right, I'm going to save. Yeah, the lips and Roach, and I think I want to try a couple of different things with this girl here. And again, I could take something like this, size it down, something like that. Or if I could find something yellower, like this right here. That's got some good yellow in it. And it's got the kind of the shape that just fits in there. So actually I think that's perfect right there. I know it's not big, and actually it doesn't distract as much. So I think that might be a good one. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Yeah. I'm not quite satisfied with that. I mean, maybe this one. Is that too distracting? I'm kind of looking at the stream as well. Yeah, that's not too bad, and it fills up the corners, you know. I just need probably to do something else with this guy. That probably looks a little bit better. But I still need to cover up a little bit more of this. Yeah, that might be I think that is a good one. I think that might be good. The rose. Maybe the rose could change. I mean, I could put the mock squirrel there. That's not too distracting, is it? Yeah, that's actually not too bad. I kind of like that one. Can I downsize this fireball a little bit more? No, that's maxed, isn't it? Let's see if we can find some other triangular shape to fit in there. And I kind of like this. Oh, you know what? See how it says standby, but it could be seen in two different ways. The BAI. Nah. No, I was close, I guess, there. You know, every time I look at different things here. Yeah. Yeah, there's too many words in there. Too many voids. There's just too many words in there and they need to go now. I might go back to the fire one because it was pretty darn good. It just fits so perfectly. Fits so perfectly. Does that one fit in there better? Does that make it look like there's another letter in there? Yeah. What if what I need is something? I think the closest thing. Ooh. Maybe. No. No, we're getting close though. Stand the fuck by. The fuck. Stand the fuck by. Whatever. No, that kind of messes it up, doesn't it? Didn't it? It does kind of mess it up. No. Yeah, I might have to go back to the that explosion that I had. It just worked. Worked pretty damn good. I kind of liked that one. Like the little wild CD Projekt RED. Is she too much in the way? I mean, she kind of just squeezed. She's kind of squeezed in there. Is it too? It might be too busy. It might be too busy. I don't want it to be too busy, but it just is. So let's go back to that explosion piece. Yeah. I think it works the best. There's enough, like, yeah, I think that's what I want. All right, can we upsize the blam anymore? No, we're pretty much stuck with that size, huh? All right, do I think that the top left is a little too busy, or is it the Mox there that's throwing things off? So maybe we should subdue her a little bit. Yeah, needs to be something else. Sorry, I have to get rid of you. Or. I mean, That's not too bad, I guess. Yeah. Maybe. She's looking over that way. Yeah. Yeah, I think this might be, it might be good. I think I'm going to go with that. So let's take a screenshot. Right. And then let's save this particular one. See, I don't think that it actually saves all of that where it's at. So if I exit it out of here, like I can even do take a screenshot, and now it's saved in the gallery, which I think I can add somewhere. But if I've saved this particular image in the gallery, I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. I don't think I can go back into photo mode and change it. Okay, so it is there. There's a couple of times where I've done this, but I don't know whether or not it saves between like game saves. I used to just have the standby screens in here, and then I'd come back over here, hold the load the settings, and then this would be my standby screen. But I think whenever I would leave the game, it wouldn't save, and I couldn't come back and use that again. So I kind of resorted into making my own, taking screenshots through the PlayStation itself, and then exporting those to the PlayStation Network, which it kind of already does automatically. And then you just log into your PlayStation Network account and then take that image either from your phone or from your computer, and then just saving it a file, downloading it in different ways, and just kind of moving things around there. Yeah, so I kind of like that standby. Again, this is just stuff that I enjoy doing. I like doing the fashion shows, like walking through Night City and making videos that way. Share Factory on the PlayStation was a pretty good editing tool, but I'm kind of moving more and more towards using OBS for capture, and I'm going to get some video editing software and like really upping my game. Now that I'm retired, I'm having a lot more fun, a lot more time. But yeah, so I think that'll be it for that for now. We do need to get over, and I know, what are we in here now? About an hour. That took about an hour. I was getting refreshed with how I use that photo editing mode to make those kinds of things. But we'll do a mission real quick. Another one of these Delamain, because okay. One of the things that you can do for 2.3 is call Delamain in and have him give you taxi rides for 2.3. I think I just said that like a Californian, ending my comments in a question format. Like, I don't know whether or not I'm supposed to do what it is that I'm doing, so I'm driving. Yeah, I've lived in California too much. Need to get back to Oklahoma. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what?
Where the voodoo boys at? This damn turret.
One of a series of videos I'd like to make is just walking around Night City and recording some of the side conversations that NPCs have. There are so many. Whoa. And then going around Night City as I collect that database, then trying to find the new ones. And it's like, oh, that's the first time I've heard that, or this is the first time that I've logged it. Dude, what is with that guy?
Where are you walking?
I know Dogtown is having its, its day, but okay, 1.4K. Whoa, geez, walked right in front of me. Walked right in front of me. Alright, I'm gonna mute desktop audio. Might be getting like notifications. that I don't think anybody really wants to hear. I think we're gonna stay on the main highway. I think this is the one that's over there by North Oak, as you're like going into the rich area. Or I could be wrong on that one. Yeah, I am wrong. This is the one that's kind of buried in the trash area and then it runs away from me. Yeah, I think this is the one that's got a little bit of a chase to it. I don't know if this road's going to get me there. I wonder if my microphone is picking up the sound from the game. I'm wondering if that's what's causing my doubling. Let me check something here real quick. Let me pull up here. I wonder also if it's picking up my fan noise. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this particular segment. I'm going the longest possible way to this area, and I think I'm just getting further and further away. Yeah, let's just take every long turn here. I'm curious if in 2.3 whether or not there are new encounters on the NC kart rides. Okay, I'm near the area, so I'm kind of where I need to be. This is the one where I shoot the flamingos, maybe. I know that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be a great powerhouse. It will never have the same draw for me as Cyberpunk, just because it's genre, but I am going to play a good chunk of Grand Theft Auto. I thought when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, I'd be playing a ton of it. Oh, there he is. But I don't really.
You see them too, don't you? The curve in their beaks. It hides something insidious.
You mean flamingos?
So they are real. Flamingo. Flaming O. The O. That's oxygen. There's no flame without oxygen.
Listen, you...
Call me Clarice.
Okay,
Clarice.
The flamingos are a problem, I'm sure. But it's time to go home. Delamain's asking for you.
Back down now as they stand screaming. No, impossible.
Leave it to me. I'll silence him.
So, a slaughter. Very well, Judgment Day has come. Swift, severe, deeper.
Alright. Looking for the flamingos. And we're gonna kill the flamingos. All in the name of helping our good friends. You know, I think I kinda don't want, so let's go in here, let's go to the journal. Let's unclick this one, untrack. Let's get rid of this and then just find these flamingos on my own. And I know there's some in here because I was close to. I don't know how many I'm supposed to destroy, so we're just gonna roll around town. Find the ones that we can find. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. I really apologize. Alright, that's all I needed to do. Now let's go find the
Maurice,
car.
Have the flamingos stopped screaming?
I forget the car
I need support.
in
Only one
Stephen
with chaos
King's
within can give
horror.
birth to a dancing star.
Clarice? Shut down.
I've just re-established contact with the missing vehicle. Splendid work, V. First class. I shall forward a share of your fee.
Alright, let's do another photo mode, but we are gonna use a different car. Oh, that's the sidewalk. Let's park this one in a parking spot. I think this is where we used to get the General Lee, the Dukes of Hazzard car. I think this is where it was parked. Okay. Alright, so again, back to the photo mode. If I was in the photo mode here, see how now it's gone? So it doesn't stay there for very long. I don't know why, but if I was able to get into, I forget where our photos are held. Journal, gallery. Yeah, so again, we've got our final one here. We're going to add to favorites. So see, we've created this standby for the particular use that we want. I have it here. Unfortunately, I can't. I can recreate this as long as I know which ones that I can see there, but sometimes I might miss out on which ones are which. So I think that's what should be there. So save file that persists. And this would be good not just for what I'm doing, but people may like to create specific frames that they continuously use and they'd like to bring back up. Now, I'm sure that I could create a database because whatever sticker row it's on, I could just jot my own fast hand understanding of which sticker I used and where I used that sticker. But it would be nice to be able to bring this back up and like have maybe, I don't know, 100, like a bunch. Like I should be able to save as many as I want actually, but I'm sure it may take up some kind of amount of memory. So I do have a lot of pictures, don't I? A lot of pictures that I probably didn't mean to take. Some that I probably shouldn't show. I don't know. Alright, so let's level up. We've been putting it all into body. And then we can start moving up here. So what do I want? Adrenaline rush. I think I want to get up to my finisher. Okay, so we're going to go to there. Then I think we need, I guess, all 3 of these leveled up to get up here. Oh no, I just need this to get to 20. So I should be able to unlock this on the next level up and then have my finisher. Alright. So again, photo mode, we're going to bring in a different car. Yeah, let's bring in Jackie's Arch. This is something that I'd like to see them improve in 2.3. Now, my bike is going to roll here and be right there. That's what I wish every car call would do. I'm going to try to find out how I perfect it, because I think it's based on a couple of things. So if I'm looking in the direction, it probably won't come from that direction because it wants to spawn it behind the player. But what roads are behind me might be difficult. So if I have a straight road, that might be the preferred, because then it will spawn it behind me or off of the periphery, or outside the periphery, or outside the field of view that the player sees, and then picks the road. Whatever tech is going on there, I'm curious to see how Delamain being called to be a taxi will deal with this system, which is kind of a bit jarring. I mean, it's good enough for what it is. It's certainly done better, or at least it's been a while since I've been in Grand Theft Auto, but I don't remember it being as chaotic in Grand Theft Auto. But I think Grand Theft Auto is a little bit simpler in its layout and its systems. And when I say simpler, it's just an older engine. But we'll see how that, like, they're going to do some amazing stuff with Grand Theft Auto 6. And that's, I would say that's less than a year away if they're going to stick with their May launch. Okay, so we want to make some photos here. So some of the things that I've also seen in the photo mode for 2.3 is the ability to have more NPCs with you. And then it seemed like there was more control and manipulation of the characters' direction that they're facing and maybe the way that they're looking. I don't know if you're going to be able to like move their arms in specific ways, because you know people are going to mess with that and put their hands this way and put, you know, people are going to do, if they have access to do those things. But one of the more common issues that I've seen in the photo mode are, if I put an NPC here, let's get the S-Cracks in here. We'll get all 3 of them. So we'll turn off the surrounding NPCs. Alright, so you can see how I've got the 3 of them here. But if I turn around this way and I put the last one, where does that put the 3rd one? So see, I don't know why that one is put in that particular spot. So I'm going to say full freedom to move NPCs. Because let's try to bring her closer. Now see how she hits that? Now if I go into full collision and I turn that off, so turn off collision. So if I move the camera over here, now that character specifically, when I move left or right, is in relation to where the camera's at. And see how I can't get her any closer to the bike, but let's say that I wanted to have her in a sit on the bike pose. Let's do idle. All right, does she have a sit on a bike animation? Or not animation, but let's see if we can raise her up. Let's put her farther away from us. And then go right. Now see how I can't put her on the bike. Even though she's kind of in a sitting position, I can't get her on the bike. And the collision settings are off, so that means that the camera can go through. But I'd like to get it for characters. So turn off collision for NPCs. And again, this might be something that they've done in 2.3. I'm not sure. But it's just a little bit harder to put characters where you want to. And you know, people are going to make crazy things and crazy poses anyway, so if they're concerned about something, I don't think they should be. It's sort of like if you play Genshin Impact and you are swimming through Fontaine with that underwater mode that they have, they blur out the back of the characters that you may be able to upskirt them, right? But they don't do that for anywhere else in the game where you can do the same thing. So I don't know if the reason why they are creating these limitations for the photo mode is to kind of, I guess, protect some innocence. I don't know why they do the things that they do. They've obviously given us free collision, so I can go anywhere I want to. So I'm not quite sure why they're preventing us from. I don't know why this character is clipping or colliding with an invisible wall. I want to do whatever I want to with her and put her like standing on the bike. I don't know, doing some crazy stuff up there. So we can mess with that, of course. Go over here to the pose and maybe have her doing a T-play right there. And then if we can get her to stand on the bike, that would be good. Let's bring her up a little bit more. And then go left. Let's see how she's rotating around the bike. I don't like that at all. See, I can't get her to stand on the bike, unfortunately. So I saw in the 2.3 update that they were taking one of the female characters. It's one of the twins, Phantom Liberty expansion. I forget her name, but it looked like they pretty much moved her back and sat her on top of a car in a specific pose, and it looked very natural. And they did mention that in the 2.3 stream, which was yesterday, Wednesday, the 16th. In the 2.3 update, I believe it was the Virtuos rep that was there. I forget his name and I apologize, but he was speaking to, as they were showing probably pre-recorded footage about him moving the character and sitting them down on the car. It looked very, very natural. And they talked about natural poses. So like being able to fix this particular issue of me not being able to stand her on top of the car, like doing what I want to, it'll be nice to see those changes. And maybe even like, do we have more than just 3 NPCs? So yeah, that kind of stuff I want to mess around with when the 2.3 update launches, and whenever it goes live, I don't know. I'll probably end stream here shortly. But some of the kind of things that I want to look at here is camera type. So we have drone and first person perspective. Presets, customization, preset 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just depending on like where it's at. Field of view, rotate, full collision, on and off, lock camera on and off, and then camera speed. Enable, disable for depth of field, autofocus on and off, opening up focus and aperture. For V, character visibility can be on or off. He's got idle, action, and in idle we have, let's see, say V poses. So he's got one, so for idle, V pose at idle equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 74. So 74 poses in idle. So for action, 1, 2, 3. So wait, cover shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 24. So 74 poses in idle, 24 poses in action. Now muzzle flash on and off, facial expression. Okay, so face, we'll call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, neutral. So neutral is 1. Let's recount this. Neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13. All right, look at camera. You can turn that on or off. One thing that they did mention is depending on the pose that you put V in, the looking at the camera function will be a little smoother or integrate with that particular pose a lot better. And while I was going through those poses, I probably should have been like having the camera out here so you could see that particular pose, or at least for my benefit. Let's turn that off. Let's actually go back through that again. Again, my apologies. You probably already would have left if this wasn't your thing. All right, so let's rotate him. Face the camera a little bit more. All right. So pose, go idle. All right, again, 84 of these. Let's get over here. Let's get some background music as we're doing this. All right, so music by Vicariously generously allowed me to stream their music while I'm streaming Cyberpunk, and if you want to look at some of their music and look through all their albums and the tracks that they have available, you can click the description in the link. Click the link in the description to go over to Vicariously and check out their music, so please do. But we're going to get in a little bit of music, and if hopefully this comes through. Once this ad is over, I'll get the music in there. Alright, so this is Underneath by Vicariously. Hopefully the music isn't too loud or over my voice. We'll kind of test this. This is 50% on SoundCloud and 50% on, or 100% on desktop through OBS, but 100% on the slider for the audio mixer on OBS, and about 50% on 50% on SoundCloud, just so I can learn this stuff. But usually, if people drop in, they do a pretty good job of letting me know how the volume is.
When I feel you in the night, underneath the covers, I can tell that it's alright to be more than just lovers. Open your heart and confess to me that you feel better submitting on your knees. Just for me. My eyes were on you, boy, I love what you do underneath me. Come please me. Text me and I'm alone. I imagine you beneath me, and I cannot wait for you to get home. My eyes were on you, boy, I love what you do underneath me. Come please me, I'm all over you.
And this one is Hollow by Vicariously as well.
So hollow. I don't wanna look in the mirror and see everything wrong with me. No, I don't wanna be here tomorrow and feel like there's something wrong with me. Could take the drugs, but then I'd only feel sorrow. Could drown myself in the wine just to forget, but I don't wanna feel so hollow. No, I don't wanna say something I'll probably just regret. Waking up and hating my face, going through the motions just to erase time and past mistakes. Could take the drugs, but then I'd only feel sorrow. Could drown myself in the wine just to forget, but I don't wanna feel so hollow. No, I don't wanna say something I'll probably just regret.
So I am finding out that while it's not necessarily an issue, I don't know where light number 1 is. So if I go over to light number 2 and I turn it on, I can quickly see where that light is at. So I'm just going to put in a comment here, so when 2.3 launches, we'll have a little bit better understanding about what it is that they're improving upon, like quality of life stuff for this. And again, I didn't use a lot of lighting in my initial kind of runs of the videos that I did for like the fashion shows, but as I kind of move into doing this a little bit more again, because the photo mode has just gotten better and better and better. Like Pablo Sasko says, it's probably the most robust photo mode in a game ever. But there are some other really good video games that have really good photo modes in it. So again, not the only game that has a photo mode in it, but this one is pretty damn good. Yeah, so where is... Okay, so 3 is easy. Okay, so there are 3 lights. Where is this particular light? I don't know. So let's hue. Try to see like where is this light coming from? It's on and off. I'm trying to like blink the light. I don't know like where is this light? Ah, that's one thing.
Now is the time to book your
sorry,
getaway
I
with
should
Norwegian Cruise
not
Line.
have the ad stuff on there. I apologize for that. And I don't even know if I'm allowed to like repeat ads. There's just tons and tons of ads, so I apologize for that. And plus, I don't know like if the algorithm that YouTube uses for that kind of an advertisement. But I don't see like what's the problem. I'm now advertising for another company. Now they should be paying me for using my time to advertise on my channel, my airtime. But I mean, as long as they don't penalize me and get me in trouble, I guess that's fine. I'll learn all this stuff, I guess, if they start reaching out to me. This particular song is Lights by Vicariously. So let me bring that back on. Okay, so I'm still unsure like where this particular light is. Oh, sorry. Lighting. Light number 1. Where is it? Big question mark. Let's go photo mode. Again, taking a ton of notes. That's what I do. At some point I'll bring up the database that I've been working on for a lot of the games that I've been playing over the last, I don't know, a couple years now. I didn't always used to take notes, but when I started streaming, I started taking notes on what I liked about a game. And I did a couple of series of videos for Xbox Game Pass games. They're still on the YouTube channel. But I was kind of getting my footing or finding my footing in that kind of a space to create content. I'd like to also get back into doing that as editing some of my videos. But alright, so again, this is photo mode. Alright, so lighting, camera speed, movement. Alright. So see, like, me trying to move the camera, I don't know if there's a faster way to get myself where I want to go. But it is kind of slow. I wish it would be like a ramp up or something. Select category, showed, hide. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to make that different. Okay, so like light number 1. I don't. Oh, there's light number 1, light number 2. 1, 2. Where's the 1? Yeah, where's the 1 at? I have no idea where 1 is. One, where are you? There you are. There you are. Really had to get zoomed up there. Okay. Let's move over here. I kind of like to leave the camera settings. The camera's closer. No idea what's going on. No idea what's going on here. Okay, it must be a bug that I can't get out of. I can't raise it. There it goes. Alright, I think I was stuck in the ground. Okay, so what I wanted to do was kind of be down here. Get close to the bike. Be about here. Alright. So if I want to be here, right? If I want this particular save spot, and again, I think that's what the majority of these slots are. Like, if I want to save this particular spot, then I can go back here and work the lighting, so I can get reflection off the tire, and I can change the brightness. It's already up at 100. I can bring that down a little bit, but just to get like a reflection off the tire. That's a pretty cool effect. But again, I would like to be able to find the cameras a little bit easier. Let's go back over to V. Let's idle. That would be good. It's like his shoulders are broader. Let's not always have him look at the camera. Let's move him to the left. Let's rotate him. Rotate the other way. Yeah, the rotation should just continue over. Rotation, what would you call that? When you get to a certain point, it just carries over. Rotation 360, no side limit, side. I don't know how to describe it. It just oh, that's what it needs. Rotation 360, no side limit. Just roll over from 0 to 360. Right? So if I roll this over here, oh nope, I kind of messed that up. Actually, now that I look at this, I want him to be pointing his gun. So action. Muzzle flash. Let's be Fury. Oh, don't want to do that. I think that's actually pretty good. Let's get Jackie in here. And then let's turn him around. Let's put clothing. Why is he jumping? I wouldn't mind it if he had a... Let's see if we can rotate him. I kind of want Jackie to kind of be there just as a support.
Carl's Jr.'s got a new frozen strawberry lemonade and frozen.
But I don't want him facing him either.
Choice. Sweet or sour? Sweet
I'm sorry about these
or
ads. It's just so hilarious. I kind of like it when he was looking, like leaning back at him though. Pretty sure people have already done this. I don't know if I can have him look at the camera. Actually, I don't think I want him like plus distracted boyfriend. I don't want him looking at the camera. There is one where he's smoking. Should be a cigarette in his finger. There's one right there. I don't see the cigarette. I don't know why the cigarette doesn't pop in till much later. Can I zoom out a little bit? Alright, right there I think is pretty good. I like this one. I'm going to mess around with it a little bit more. You can actually get that t-shirt that V's wearing up here. You can get that shirt on the CD Projekt RED store. All right, everybody. I think that's going to be it for now. I might get a couple hours of sleep, come back, do this more. I think I have what I need to kind of capture kind of what it is that the photo mode offers. Hopefully they're going to have a lot more to play around with. I'm going to mess around with this lighting a little bit more off stream. And I know I was doing a lot of rambling. Been here for almost 2 hours now. Hit the 2-hour mark right now. I'd like to get a lot better with moving through things and getting my point across to make this a little bit more entertaining, but I think the creative process, capturing all that, what it is that I'm thinking, I should probably talk a little bit more as I'm going through this, but I hope the music isn't too loud as well. That's something that I'll have to get a little bit better at. There's a lot of stuff that I need to get a lot better at. But the volume on SoundCloud is probably at about 35%. And then the volume on OBS is right at about -20, or right at the green mark. So I got to make sure that there's a lot of ads that come in, so I've been muting it, and then the music starts up again. So I apologize if you've missed some of the songs that Vicariously has graciously allowed me to use. I'll have to talk to them again and say, hey, can you make sure that I'm okay to continue? But again, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you guys spending some time here with me, and I hope that you guys will come back and join me in a conversation and enjoy some of the stuff that I've been creating in the photo mode, and as I kind of take my journey with creating more Cyberpunk 2077 content on our road to Orion. And today, sometime 2.3 is going to go live, and we're going to be able to share a lot more. So I'll see you guys very, very soon, and thank you so much. Bye.
yourself, flat on your back, unable to run, unable to track. How does it feel when your soul turns pitch black? Pitch Sins of your past, they come back to haunt you. Don't worry, my forsaken sons, I'll never unwind you. Find yourself.